what we have found in this industry of success and achievement is that you become what you see. Yeah, you become what you see most of the time. And so sometimes this happens almost unconsciously. Right. You see, like when you're watching opera, okay, even without focusing and concentrating, you are already picking up some of her traits and characteristics and her spirit that's in her. Right. And if you do that long enough, you know, intensely enough, you would begin to act probably like she does. And some people may think that's imitation. No, not at all. You're getting the inspiration, you're getting the spirit, you're getting you're actually building up your faith that you can become as great as she is. Because we know that all things are possible. Right. Now, maybe she's probably in a level of her own.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, you surely enough can move, you know, way beyond your normal
never
zone.
limit yourself, especially if you look at the history of where a lot of these great people have started. Like you mentioned, where some of your people that you admire have started. Then you look at people like Oprah, where she started from nothing to being something. And that inspires me, and it inspires a lot of people, because a lot of people probably have absolutely nothing. And they're looking at, and they're probably asking James, but I'm really in a rut. I have absolutely no money, or I have been the worst dad ever, or, you know, I have abused my wife and my children, and I don't know how I'm supposed to come out from this mess and become that person that you're talking about. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's important to read inspirational stories or watch inspirational videos of how someone started from nothing and right now maybe they're successful. Right. Because by so doing, you automatically program. You see, what that happens is that the stories or the books that you read are interacting with your own story. Right. Right now what happens is you have a certain story that you believe about yourself. That, hey, this is Gloria, and this is as far as she can go, and this is what she can do. You see, you have that story. Right. You have that, we call it self-image of yourself. Yeah, self-concept, so to speak. You have a self-concept about who you are. Now, if you want to enlarge that self-concept, which is important, because you can never outperform your self-concept, your self-idea of yourself. Right. Yeah, if you believe, why do people get paid a certain amount of money? Whatever people are paid is determined by their self-concept. That my self-concept, now this is unconscious, Gloria. That's where we have a problem. Right. Yeah, that's why, for example, today, if you take a salesman who is being paid, say, 2 million shillings a month, okay, and you put him out of job, you know, he will start looking for another job to give him almost the same amount of money. Why? Because at this moment, that amount of money is determined by his self-concept, the concept that he has about himself. So if he wants to move from 2 million to 5 million to 10 million, he must work on his self-concept.
That's excellent.
Yeah, that's where it starts. Okay. And so how do you work on your self-concept? Many times it's just by looking at the people who are doing exactly what you're doing. Okay. And you ask yourself this question, well, this guy is in sales just like I am, and he's making 7 million a month, and I'm making $1 million a month. So it means it's possible. If somebody is doing it, it means it's possible. Right. So what is he doing that I'm not doing? So you start checking. We call that modeling. How does he approach his prospects, his customers? How does he give them customer service? How does he follow up? You know, is there a special process? So if you can identify those things that that guy is doing and you're not doing, and you start doing immediately, okay? At first, it won't be easy. Okay? But if you keep doing, because those are new ideas. Right. But if you keep doing what that guy is doing, you will definitely end up where he is.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So it's really important to have someone that you're looking up to. I cannot overemphasize the importance of this.
Amazing. Yeah, that's very true. I agree with you 101%, because you're right. It's extremely important to have those people we admire the most, because it sets, as you say, a goal for us to become those people. Right. But I cut you off on your story about where you were at. So if you can just run this through, after you've met, you've listened to this guy. Yeah. you're in a position of where, okay.
Right. So basically, you know, best as I can remember right now, he mentioned about reading books to start with. Just get the books of the most successful people in your field and start reading them.
Right.
And he said, like, if you have been struggling financially for a long time and you can see your door out, your way out, I mean, just grab a book by Robert Kiyosaki and start reading how the rich people think about money that the poor and the middle class people don't do.
Right.
And I grabbed the first copy, Poor Dad, Rich Dad.
Right.
I think I read it through the night. I almost couldn't sleep that night.
Wow.
It's like, these are the secrets. It's like the whole new world was opened up, you know, in front of me.
Wow.
So I started reading that, and I went on to read a lot of his books, almost close to a dozen books and audios and videos. So it's like that became my hunger. You know, sometimes I would read and read, you know. For me, it's not surprising if I could read all day long at this moment in my life. You know, so now because of doing that, so I got introduced now to other success experts, you know, such as the guys I've mentioned here, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, and a whole bunch, a whole lot more. Yeah, and my life began changing, you know, because you become what you actually. You do what you are. You do what you are. Right. And we don't see the world as it really is, but we see the world as we are. Right. You know, so my vision about life started changing. My self-confidence started improving. That was I started that in 2006. Right. By 2007, towards the end, 2008, I said, well, I think the best I can do right now is to start sharing what I've learned. In just 2 years, I had learned, I had read, like, right now as I speak to you, I probably have, now I don't know whether you would find this pride or whatever, but I think I have close to 500 books in my personal library. Wow. You know, for me, reading now has become like, you know, breathing. You know, I just have this hunger. And right now, the hunger that I have is the hunger to share. And that's why when you gave me this invitation to come over and come back again, I said, yeah, I'm excited about sharing this information.
It's a great pleasure to have you here because it's not like you're just sharing for the sake of sharing, but you're sharing and it's helping people. Yeah. And God knows we need the help. All of us can do with some help. Yeah. All of us. Yeah.
And so that's how it went, and so I started, you know, I learned how to, you know, make money and start being self-employed and looking for opportunities and bettering myself. And right now I'm on a goal to become financially independent. It's a goal that I like. And why? Somebody might be thinking, well, James, why are you talking about financial independence? Because if you're not financially independent, it becomes so hard to do some of the things that are most valuable to you. You see, like when you're financially independent, you can do a lot of contribution. You can help a lot of people. You know, you can help your family. You can basically meet more people. You know, you can add value into the lives of other people. But when you're struggling to pay your bills, you know, and the landlord is on your neck, and you got bills all over the place, you can't think straight. Right. You know, because now it's like you're being chased by a lion. You know, so a lot of people go to work every day, not because they love to, but because they have to. They must survive. But if you gave those people a certain amount of money, I'm sure most of them would leave their job